And hello, everybody. It is Tom Chenault, and it's the Tom Chenault Show. It is a great, great day. I am home from London, England. I have been with Fraser Brooks and about 1,600 of his best friends. It was an epic adventure of a magnitude you wouldn't believe. They are on fire in Europe for network marketing. They are on fire in Europe for Fraser Brooks' message. And if you aren't following him, if you aren't a part of what he's doing, you are missing the boat. He is one of the premier trainers, generic trainers in the profession. I love him with all of my heart. And I watch people literally walk up to me with their lives transformed, having joined him in the mission. And I am telling you one thing right now, Fraser Brooks is a guy you want to follow. Go to fraserbrooks.com, do whatever you have to do. I'm still warming up. It was freezing there. Fraser, I mean, it was unbelievable. What he did was he took a converted barn and made it an event center. And I don't know how many zillions of dollars he did, but he saved a lot of money on the heat. And I am telling you, I literally had on 6 pairs of underwear and 14 pairs of socks the second day. And then he got the heaters the second day. So I'm like sweating in all the wrong areas of my body. And that was even bad. But I tell you, I had a blast. And now we've got Dani Vanegas with us. And this woman is unbelievable. I have no doubt about her success, because this is one of the most persistent, nicest, most unassuming, most humble, but beautiful people I've ever met in my entire life. She is going to rock your world today. Hello, little Dani. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you so much, Tom.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico. I'm currently living in Mexico as well. And it is kind of freezing here also, but I love it.
Really? And how long have you lived in Mexico?
My entire life, being living in the U.S. for probably a couple of years here and there in Dallas, McAllen area, Tyler, Texas area. So I guess I've been all over the place, traveling and stuff like that also.
And how did you get so good at okay, so number one, are you married?
What is that?
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Okay, are you looking for a husband?
Well, this is a funny question. I have a boyfriend.
So. Okay, good. Well, you thought about it a lot. Do we like the guy? Do we really like him?
I really do.
Here's what I tell my daughter about dating guys. Don't date them unless you're planning on marrying them. So if otherwise you're wasting your time. So if that guy's not a candidate for marriage, I want you to dump him and let me help you find a new boyfriend, because you are a great kid. Is that a deal? So
that's a deal.
Call me after the show on that. And that goes for all of you. But anyway, I have a great marriage. Because I've got the greatest marriage in the world, people automatically look at me and say, man alive, he must be a nice guy. He must understand relationships. He must understand intimacy, authenticity, vulnerability. I wonder if he knows anybody. And I always do. So you just keep that in the back of your mind, kid, because I'm telling you what, you are one of my favorite people in the world. And I have known you a long time. How did you get so good at network marketing?
Well, I think it is a matter of time of, everybody thinks about the overnight success. And I'm still learning, I still don't know everything. I'm still on the road to build larger teams right now. All the past success for any network marketer, you cannot just sit there and look at what you have done, because you're never good. Not never good, but you always need to be striving to become a better entrepreneur. So I think that it is consistency, always looking for new people and never giving up. I think that for me, I'm very stubborn. More than talent and than anything, I think I'm stubborn, and I just will not give up. That's, for me, the key to success.
And who taught you that work ethic and that belief and that complete desire to excel? Who taught you? Your mom and dad, or?
Yes, I think it comes from my mom and dad. They're very kind people. They're very loving people. I come from an amazing family. I have seen them work hard, like every single day. Up until right now, they have their own business, and I see them that they don't stop. I was introduced to network marketing by my father, And he would just inspire me. At the beginning, it was like more like it's my dad's business, and those are like the networkers things, and I didn't even pay attention to him for quite a while, because I was this rebel, this teenager, this person that would just is like, that's my dad's stuff. But then it came a time in my life where I listened to him. I got to an event, and it was a huge event. It was 200 people, and it's like, Dani, those are part of your team. And I was like, that I don't even know them. And he's like, yes, but I put a spot and you're in. And I'm like, oh, this is good. So the hustle, I think it comes from my father and from my mother, because I see how they're so amazing. What can I tell you?
And then you went to work. And are you the only child?
No, I have three. I have two brothers.
And are they working in network marketing too?
No. My oldest brother lives in Canada. He's got a business, and my brother is running the business with my parents. So I'm the only one in network marketing.
Are you richer than any of the kids? Yes. Yes. Yes.
Of course.
That's exciting. And so let's talk about, you're in this same mastermind as me with Eric Worre every Wednesday. And it has really transformed my life, including and especially you speaking last week about this 90-day run that you're on right now. But you never stop learning. I never stop learning. I was talking to a guy today that says, why do I hang around with all you generic people? Why do I go to all these events all the time? Why am I not just staying in the company? And I am telling you one thing right now, it's because I don't think it makes sense not to constantly be learning. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
And wherever you go, I mean, everybody thinks I went to Fraser Brooks to speak. He had the audacity to say that. I didn't go to Fraser Brooks to speak. I've heard myself. I went there to learn. And that's what you do, right?
Yes, I go and learn from the best in the world. That's what I strive and I look for.
Have you ever been on the stage for Eric Worre?
I was invited to be at the Most Powerful Women by Marianne Niehaus, but not yet.
Okay, so you're going to be speaking there.
Yes, sir.
Now, why is that?
I think that I put myself out there too. It has to do also about the people you surround yourself with. And I think that I'm humble, and I still see that there are people that even more qualified than I am. But at the same time, I take it as a blessing. I was talking to Marina the other day that we were in Las Vegas, and I was asking her just what is that what somebody needs to do to be at the GoPro speaking or here and there, and then just she came out with that, and she gave me the requirements. So you have to show success, and I think that I'm still on the road of building larger teams and helping individuals to become the best version of themselves.
And you're a humble, hardworking, straightforward woman, right?
Yes, sir. That's what I strive to do.
So talk to me about this 90-day run you just went on.
Well, right now, I think that I'm kind of dividing it in three parts, because there is a product and I'm not selling that product. So I'm not going to say the name of it, but Eric has something in our mastermind that includes like all of these little things that you can look at. And plus, I've also watched Dani and Fair, Stefania's.
Stefania and Daniel Fair. Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm not really good at pronouncing names, but I was also watching the 90-day run that he did mention it at an event in Europe. And, right now what I do is that I have this thing where, I was explaining last week at the Eric Worre Mastermind, where you go into a city with your leaders. Of course, you don't go by yourself. And you prepare them mentally for them to be 3 days with you. They either, they say they're sick, they ask for permission. If they have a business, they're not available for 3 days. What I do is 2 days, I go in there with them and I just do small meetings from, 8 o'clock until, whenever we can. I tell them 6, but actually when they get really excited, last time we did 12 the very first day, and then 8, and then 10. And then on the third day, what we plan to do in advance is that we book a hotel, or we book like a meeting room big enough, like 40, 50, 80, 100 people, however your team size is. And then we just drive people, brand new people, into those meetings. We get them started right. I mean, I do it really fast because, I only have so much time in those cities. So from those brand new people, we ask them to bring a guest into the Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day you are planning on having the big event. And that's how we fill it up. Here, actually, in my local city, that's how we started a team. We, just not even 18 years old. Of course, they have to have their parents' permission. And what we do is we just plan to have the meetings. I tell the leaders, let's do 10, 12, 2 o'clock. Then we have a break. Then we do 6, 8, and 10 o'clock. So we actually have 6 meetings.
Okay, so everybody, what she said, so you understand this, because I am such a terrible network marketer. I go into these towns, they have the meeting on Saturday. I show up for the meeting on Saturday and I give the speech. Nobody's there. Nobody came, and it's just horrible because I suck. Here's what Dani's doing. She's getting there on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. She's doing meetings at 8 in the morning, 10 in the morning, noon. They take a break, then they have more meetings, and they're driving meetings to that meeting. And that's where the magic happens, because not only are people coming to meet Dani, and I saw another guy do this about 5 years ago, and I didn't understand it, and I ignored it. And you are exactly right. And all of you big leaders, you forgot to do that, which was preparing and driving people to the big meeting, right?
Yes, correct. And I think that is the best way. Not everybody's willing to do it. And I think that I'm at the point where I'm building brand new teams right now. Because like Eric said, when you don't have a solid team, like you continually have to rebuild. But when you build in a correct way, and this is why I'm telling you, I think I'm still learning, because I've been in the industry for a long time, but I want to have a better team. I want to be a better leader. I don't think that I have gotten there yet. I still need to learn. But with this, what you have is that you prepare them, you tell them, you just block those 3 days off from whatever you're doing. You're dead. You don't answer the phone. I mean, you just concentrate it. So they have those meetings. After that, we get those people started, right? And right there, we ask them, this is how I lock them in. I tell the people, look, okay, so you like what you saw? What is the package? Which one do you like the most? And they tell you, this is the one that I'm just buying right now. So they sign, they make a commitment, and right away, because I do 7-minute presentation. I do it really short. We go in, and this is something that
Dani, we got to take a break. You have to remember where you are, because I will forget.
Yes.
We're taking a break right now. We're on the Genesis Communication Network. We're coming right back with Dani Vanegas. And we're back. Say hi to your little buddy, Adrian.
Hey, Dani.
Hey, Adrian.
Nice
how are you?
Doesn't she look great?
She does. I can't tell if it's that she's really nice or you're looking really old. I've never heard you call her so much in my life.
She's just the best.
I know, but I think you're looking pretty old.
I'm looking old. Unbelievable. How old are you?
I am 39.
Okay. And how old are you?
35.
35. All right, good.
All right, we got that all figured out.
All right.
If you add
Add your ages together. That's a good call. All right, so.
Good to see you, Dani. So let's talk a little contact mapping, shall we?
Sweet.
So
yes,
talk about your experience walking into the Success Summit this last weekend at Fraser's. Turn off the volume. Jeez.
Okay, keep going.
Talk about being at Fraser's and walking into that room and what that was like, being able to use contact mapping to meet all these people there. He's not even listening to me.
I didn't hear what I said. Did you ask me a question?
I
was reading all the comments. I was reading that thing, that watch thing.
Oh yeah, I know.
So this, I didn't even know about Facebook Watch. And then Fraser did this huge piece on Facebook on what we learned from Jesse Lee Ward about really pouring it out to all these people. And so I was reading that. But you asked me a question. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
This is important.
So the question was, you walked in to a room in Europe that you knew almost nobody, and what happened?
It was horrible. I walked in, 200 people in the room, and not one person knew me. And everybody's looking at me like, who is that old guy in the corner? And it was like the most uncomfortable moment of my life. And I'm going, now I know how everybody feels, because I'm used to like everybody knowing me. But over there, not one person out of 200 knew who I was. And they thought like I was like, it was completely crazy.
Yeah. And you turned it and you just started interviewing people.
I just fired it up right then. And but I realized the only way that I could get related in a hurry was to flip it and ask about them and watch the miracle happen.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So Dani, talk about how you build relationships. What's your secret to success as you build relationships in your business?
I'm still learning, okay? I'm not.
Right, me too.
Plays dumb quite well. She totally plays dumb well. She totally snoozled me on something. I just found out about. Yeah, you are the best. She volunteers no information. She asks questions, which you're good at.
Plays her hand.
Yes, I ask a lot of questions. I make sure that people like me, like really, really make sure that they do like me so they won't forget me. Like when I want to, I'm just gonna be really plain and honest. A lot of people say that they're farmers or they're planting seeds. I'm a hunter. I mean, I just don't. I love it. I love to go and see what somebody's doing, build a relationship, see if they're good leader material. If not, we'll develop them. If they are struggling in their business, I make sure that they really love me and so that they can, follow me. So I think that building relationships, it has a lot to do with follow-up and being interested in the other party, because nobody cares about what we have to say. I mean, the most important topic is them. That's the most important topic.
No doubt. All right, contactmapping.com.
Go check it out.
No, kidding.
/ Tom.
No, he's telling Tom, because I like taking
Dani.
credit for doing all the work and then I make them all feel bad.
Contact mapping / Tom. Head over there.
I love you.
Thank you so much.
I'll go to / Tom, because then he'll think I cheated, and I don't want to cheat. But we track everything. These guys, Adrian's partner is from MIT. So those guys both are analytics to the max, and it's pretty funny, and I don't care about that stuff. All right, we're back. It's Tom Chenault. I am with the wonderful, the beautiful, the effervescent Dani Vanegas. Go to DaniVanegas.com. Take a look at what she's got going on. This woman is an absolute master of enrollment, a master networker. She's out there, she's building, and she's building it with love. Now, we were talking about where we were, which I've forgotten because I'm a very old man. Do you remember where we were?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I think that I just tell them, look, block 3 days. We are planning, an event. And in that event, we have got to have a goal of people. Let's say if the team is small, then we have to double the team, because if everybody brings one person, and if they just get themselves out there and just really promote the event and edify the leader, they should have no doubt a successful event. So then, we're on the meetings, you mentioned there's 6 meetings. Then after that, we go and eat, and we just, we hang out, we develop relationships with each other, and we show people how to start right. During those meetings, I make sure that they're locked in. Why? Because you don't have much time to know if they're going to continue or not. Why? Let me see. Okay, so are we having another break here?
No.
Okay. No? Okay, never mind, because I've got a message. Anyways, so what you do is, after I do the presentation, they pick the package, they sign, the form, whatever. Right then, I give them the business plan. I tell them, how much time do you have? So it's been 15 minutes, 7 minutes. Oh, I have time, another 10 minutes. So what I do is I show them exactly what they need to have. But I ask, what is the motivation factor? What do they want out of this? What it will be worth for them working, part-time, full-time? and how much money they're expecting, how much money they're wanting to make within 6 months, 3 months, 1 month. Then when we find out that, then we go straight into the list, straight into seeing who do they know. And they will be so afraid and scared. It's like, well, I don't know people. I don't know if this is easy. And I just don't complicate things. I just make it so simple. I don't ask them to talk to anybody. And right there, I ask them to send a text, one, or a voice mail. Okay. And they do. And they get back, right there, 5-10 minutes, they have 2 people that have committed to come to the event. So wow. There, it's not only the money that's their commitment and their time, but also it is their social reputation. So they cannot give up. So that is the secret weapon that I think that has worked for me, because then they're in. If they quit later on, that's control that. Some people don't, but right there you have a commitment, and when you have commitment, then you know that the next person is gonna come. You do the same thing. Next day comes, same thing, and then we get to the event. On the event, we have certain strategies to bring people on, to be customers, to be users of the product, or to become distributors. But that's how I do it, and that's how we fill up the events. Some events are good, I'm not going to lie to you. Some events go better than others, but that is what I think that should be the strategy for people to be on the road at least 10 days out of the month. Of course,
hold it. What?
Yeah.
10 days a month.
10 days a month, because everybody thinks that, they're going to go get a team and retire, forget it. I've lost teams over and over and over in my career. And, if you continuously work and continuously build, you will never have to rebuild. That is one thing that I just learned a couple of weeks ago.
She's 100% right. And I say this all the time. What you just said, I said to somebody this morning, if you're making giant money, you need to be on the road 10 days a month. And what does that look like? You're out there keeping your teams together, and what everybody expects is the big guy to be out there holding your teams together. It's your team, and you're responsible for your team. And then you use the big guy to come in and add on to what you're doing, not do it for you, right?
Exactly. I think that everybody should be responsible for their own team. I learned this, and I think that I'm, as we are on the mastermind, I'm still identifying areas where I need to improve.
Eric Worre is watching this thing, and all we did was steal this from you. So please,
yes.
We know we're talking about what you talked about, traveling 10 days a month, building into events the right way. 90% of what I'm learning in this little club that I'm in with Eric and Dani and a couple of other people, like 104 other people, is I have got to work harder, smarter, and better. And that's really been exciting, watching the success that people and all you're doing, all you hotshots, is sharing best practices. And then after we get done with it, all we're doing is sharing those best practices with our groups, right, Dani? No Correct. Inside information, no secrets, just basic network marketing, right?
Yes, and I think that Eric's mastermind is so powerful, and everybody should be on it. If you've got the finances, go for it. Seriously, if I had known what I know right now, it would have saved me 6 years in the industry. Seriously. And also what I think is that you never know everything. And these people on our mastermind, they're not out there to recruit us or to steal our people, if you're worried about that. Not at all.
Eric just said you look like Christopher Walken.
Thank you.
He was talking about me. That is hilarious. I don't know who he is.
And then I say
maybe
thank
he's
you.
not Christopher Robin from Winnie the Pooh, but whoever I look like, I hope it was a compliment. I have no idea who Christopher Walken is either. It's probably some chainsaw murderer. But at the end of the day, thank you, Eric. But the fact of the matter, you guys, is here Dani is. Her hair's on fire. She's 39 years old. How many? 40? How old? How old?
39.
39. Okay, good. I hit the nail. I thought I heard wrong. And here I am, 99. But we're both in the same spot, learning so much and giving it back. But most of all, we learned, do more. Double your income. You know, he talked about influencer legs and how many influencer legs you had. And, you know, people raise their hand and how many they had. And he said, if you really, really want a stable business, you've got to have 20 influencer legs. And influencer is defined with a big number, not just some little piddly number of a guy that a wannabe. They got to earn that number called with group volume or business volume called influencer. And you better drive that if you truly want to have stability. And that means getting back to work instead of managing your business. You're not managing your business at all. You're acting and living in your business, right?
Correct. And I think that we all should apply. Like right now I see we have
to take a break. Jesus, I'm so far behind. I can't even believe it.
No, don't worry.
Why didn't you stick your thumb up? All right, we're coming back right after this. And we're back. I am going to so get fired. I'm so excited by what you're doing. We got Eric on here. We got Dani on here. We're already done with you. Go to DaniVanegas.com. Look at my hair. Now I don't look like Christopher Walken anymore.
Man, I was about to post
and then I thought he was talking about me. I was like, what?
We need a Christopher Walken gif.
Yeah, we'll get one up here.
Oh my God, you murdered it.
You are not going to be flattered.
You murdered it, Dani. I mean, I went right through the break because you're so awesome and such a refreshing, fresh face. This woman's done so well. Yet she's in her business every day saying travel 10 days a month. Even the producer, Jason, is like turning around trying to watch the show from a place where you can't see him on camera because you are that mesmerizing.
Oh, thank you.
Why am I staring at you?
I don't know.
Hey, I have Dani Clarke on here too.
Oh,
so I pull him on.
How you doing, buddy? Do we have him
on
here?
We're going to bring him up.
We're coming back with you in 2 seconds, Dani. But
yes.
Dani.
I know.
Dani Vanegas, on the way out of here, I just want to thank you because you have made me better. You are persistent. You're so nice. And you are the best. I mean, I don't know. You are in a category all your own with me because you're so genuine, so real, so sneakily persistent on a couple of things that we're not going to talk about on the air that Eric brought out on that mastermind anyway. So it's hilarious. Don't you dare post it, Eric. But it's just, you're the best. And she's
the real deal.
She really is.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
DaniVanegas.com. Go take a look at her. We're going to come back with Dani Clarke in a second, but contact mapping, you want to throw anything up about it?
Yeah. So I want you to head over to contactmapping.com/action.
Armand's on here.
Oh my gosh, that's the awesome.
Love you, Armand. I got in trouble telling people how much I love you today, by the way, Armand. That was hilarious. Keep going.
You can't help it.
I know it. I love them.
The best, man. So go to contactmapping.com/action. What you're going to find there is a 4-minute video. And what
Richard Brooks on here too.
Oh,
and
man.
he hit my signature on my email. He is so mean to me. So he writes me a note the other day, goes, why don't you get an email signature of something when you're not 12 years old? And the picture was taken like last week. I just looked young, but he can't handle it because everybody thinks they ask him.
Everybody's taking a run at you.
I know.
Today.
Well, everybody
is going after you. He asked how old you were on that picture on your website.
It's so horrible. Why is it pick on Tom Chenault?
I don't know.
Just because people ask if Richard Brooke is my dad, it's not my fault. All right, keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt right on your pitch.
Yeah, it's that's.
Oh, we're back. You got to get out of here. Contactmapping.com. All right. And we're back. It is Tom Chenault. It is the Tom Chenault Show. Go to contactmapping.com to learn about the sponsor of the show. You are going to love it. You're going to love that sponsor. And welcome to Genesis Communication Network. We are with Dani Clarke. He is an unbelievable guy. He's been around a long, long time. Hello, Dani Clarke. How are you, buddy?
You inspire me when I watch these. I think watching you, well, I can do what you do too.
That's exactly right. All you got to be is a hot mess and keep talking and get great guests. Who you brought your daughter with you?
Don't start with that.
What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I have never been better. What time is it over there?
10:30 p.m.
10:30 p.m. Dani Clarke, I'm telling you, unbelievable guy. Brought him to the ANMP. Got to know him really, really well. Got to know his love of his family, of the profession. And he really, really stepped himself out there and said, you know what? I went to Eric Worre's social media event. I realized that I've got a message that the world needs to hear, and I want to share my message. And so we got him into the ANMP. He killed it there. People were absolutely in love with him. And here we are today. I got to run into him over in London day before yesterday, believe it or not. And here we are face to face again. You had your little daughter, Sienna, who was just adorable and just unbelievable. And I love you, Dani.
Like armpit peanut butter now because of you.
Boy. So I have a video of me making something called peanut butter armpit for my grandkids. And what you do is and they videoed me doing it, which is hilarious. I'll post it. But you basically grab the peanut butter out of the jar and you put it under this arm. And then you grab the bread out of the jar and you put it under this arm, and then you hold your arms down like this for like 5 minutes. And then you pull it out, you grab the peanut butter like this, and you grab the bread, and then you put the peanut butter on the bread, and you put it together and you eat it. And it's the best snack in the world. So I made a live video of that for my grandkids, and your daughter saw it and she was freaking out, but it was so funny and great topic for a radio show.
There's a video that's just gone viral all over social media. And it's a guy that got his kids to write down a list, basically step-by-step instructions of how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, put the knife in the jar, and then he puts it the wrong way up. Put the peanut butter on the bread, and then he's like putting it all over the bread. It's hilarious. Amazing lesson for network marketers in how to create duplication, because the stuff that people write isn't actually what people do. It's really, really cool. It's a great video.
I'm going to have to watch that one too. All right, let's go to you. What are you up to these days? How are you changing the world? I'm coming to your event in March of 2020 over in England. And what's going on with you?
Well, it's a really exciting time, and Lil will tell you a bit about it as well. We've got our event coming up, which is next year, March 2020. I've just been in Fraser's event, Success Summit 3, where you were speaking, Tom, and it's a great time to be in the UK for network marketing. We've never had the big events. We've never had the big excitement. It's coming. People are getting more and more open to it. What we've done really for the last 2.5, 3 years is worked incredibly hard to put ourselves in a position to help more people, because we're full-time generic coaches. We've got a great product called Content Creator, which we've just literally opened up the doors to today, where it's, we basically do the content for people. We actually write the posts, we write the engagement for them, as well as with the daily action steps and the daily live training. And people are loving it. They're going really crazy for it. We've just come off a webinar. It's the biggest webinar we've ever done. We had over 1,000 people registered, crazy numbers on it. So it's cool. It's cool.
And how hard do you two work? I mean, you're a pair, obviously. Are you nonstop generic training now, dawn to dark, or how's that look for you? I see you all over the world, honeymooning and working. How's that? And does she speak? I mean, does a woman speak? Talk.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get a word in. The thing is with Dani, I'm like,
I talk a lot.
he like, he tends to take overtime. So yeah, obviously we are parents of 3 amazing, beautiful children. We no longer are in the field, but we used to be in network marketing, and that's kind of how we came about and came into network marketing, is because we wanted to achieve freedom and happiness.
Yeah.
And we had this vision and we had this goal that when we went on honeymoon in Majid, like 5 years ago, we had this dream that we wanted to go skiing in the winter and surfing in the summer. That was what we wanted to do, and that was our goal. And what we've done is, since leaving the industry, is create this amazing thing that we're super proud of. Where we coach and we train and we mentor and we teach, but we also have content creator. Now, in answer to your question, do we work full time? Yes, we've grafted and worked incredibly bloody hard, but we also have got to a point in our lives now where we have created true freedom and happiness, and that is why we want to help empower other people to achieve exactly the same.
And you want to give that away to people so they can do the same thing. And not work dumb. They can work smart. They can partner with what you're doing. What's a website to go to, Dani? I didn't get it.
ContentCreatorVIP.com.
Say it again slower in English.
ContentCreatorVIP.com.
ContentCreatorVIP.com. Okay, so in the name of the game, what happens to you then when you get into that funnel?
But the whole point of it is, what our belief is to help people with network marketing. And what our vision is really for the industry is that the salesy, the spammy, let's call it the more traditional approach is slowly becoming harder and harder and harder to do, because you have so many people saying that it doesn't work, or you have so many people that have seen it so much. It's a hard game to win these days. So what we say is, look, get engagement. Because when you get engagement, it then opens up the door to have a conversation. And that's really, if we take it down back to basics, what network marketing is, it's a people-to-people business. It's talking to each other. And engagement creates opportunity to have a conversation. The conversation then gives the opportunity to sell your product, promote your business, whatever it is that you want to do. So we show people how to get the engagement. You get the engagement right, you get it on a consistent, reliable, sustainable way, then you've got leads every single day in your inbox. And the really cool thing is, like, when you use our product, you don't have to think about creating the content, because that's the people that, that's what most people struggle with. What to say, how to say it, when to say it, how do I give value? I don't yet have enough confidence to share my story.
I think that's it. I think so many things that, I mean, we coach and we train and we can say the thing 1,000,001 times, but it's about actually having the time to implement it and the confidence as well to implement it. So what we really wanted to do, and certainly from somebody like myself, I used to suffer with severe anxiety and feel really like low self-esteem. Am I saying the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I going to be judged? All of those things. And that's kind of why we created this product, really, because we wanted to take away that uncertainty and give people back their time and certainty. And what we created is really a tool just to create the engagement, so they can really start the conversation where they're going to make money.
And even though you're setting this up, you're creating the conversation for them to develop the relationship that becomes human dialogue at some point. It isn't just join with a click, leave with a click, all that crud that people talk about, making money without ever talking to anybody.
I'm a big fan of automation and tools, but they should never be a replacement to what is a human business. And the great thing is, when you have more engagement, which encourages more conversations, and we don't really love the whole direct approach, right? Send a message out, want to join, yes, no, in, out, because I think long term it causes more damage to the business. I think the more you love people in, I think the longer that they stay because they feel more loved. Whereas if you just bring them in, push them out, it's just that quick high turnover business. And network marketing, the actual fundamentals of it is you're building a volunteer army. People need to, this is why, I love you so much, Tom. Like, you preach that, you got to love it. You got to fire your head and hire heart, and it's just how it works. So the more that you can create that, the easier it becomes, because I think a lot of people get stuck in this mindset of, I'm going to find 100 people, but then they lose 90 of them. I'm going to find another 100, lose 90. Well, instead, like, find 100, but keep 100, and that very much, I believe, is about the approach and giving people a space where they feel loved. And it's not even about being the best recruiter. It's the best retainer. But the best retainer wins.
Write that quote down, Pamela, post it. It's not about being the best recruiter. It's about being the best retainer. That's the story of my life. And that's why I did this show this way this week. After I went to Fraser's, I literally created the show. I mean, I wanted, obviously, Mexico with Dani, and obviously Europe with you guys, obviously Europe with Fraser. This world, this earth of ours is so small, if we'll let it be that way, and just absolutely maximizing the tools to maximize the relationships, not just all the noise, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's what it boils down to. Like, it's so easy to make everything overcomplicated, when in actual fact, everything is very, very simple, really. It's just that you have to go through that levels of complication to understand the simplicity of it. And I think that's half the problem with the industry. People talk about duplication. When you understand it, because you've gone through it, it makes sense. But people who haven't yet experienced it and truly understand it, they then make mistakes. They copy content. They copy how people dress. They copy what they say. It isn't necessarily those things. It's copying certain systems and duplicating them and certain behaviors. So it's understanding. It's time, really, that's needed to kind of get to that place. And it's cool, really. I mean, we've been involved now for a long time. I mean, between us, we've been doing direct sales, network marketing for over 25 years. So it's surprising, really, how long we've been around. I don't feel like I'm old enough really to be around that long, but it's the thing I love about it, like being at Fraser's event. And I said I'd plug it as well. Go to successsummit.info, buy a ticket, early bird, it goes tomorrow. The thing that I love about going to those events and stuff, like there never has been a better time for this industry. There really hasn't. And 2-3 years ago, I'd have questioned that. And I didn't know whether it was as good as it used to be. I was thinking, God, is this industry starting to die a little bit? You know, has the internet actually ruined it a little bit? But what we've actually done, you can feel it. The industry's gone through it. It's gone through being about social media, because that's what it was. It was an argument. Is it offline, online? Is it face-to-face? Is it doing it on Facebook? And it's gone past that. Yeah. And it's now going back to the pure principles of what it should be, which is a people business, servant leadership, helping people, freedom and happiness, those type of things. Social media is just a tool, which is what it should.
All right, let's take a break. We're going to come back right after this. That was an unbelievable ending. Genesis Communication Network. We'll be right back. And we're back. Do you really want to try? Look how happy they are.
This is the best.
You're actually interested in what he's saying. I mean, you guys look. Eric said hi, which is really cute. Eric Worre said hi to the Clarkes. So that's cool. Awesome. And he also said hi to the Dannies, which was cute. And Michelle Eldridge, who we love, and Sean Murphy. Unbelievable. All my new friends from Europe are on here. Like I met 1 million people and they're all like up late at night watching this show. It just makes my heart sing.
It's pretty cool that they're doing this at 10 p.m. or 10:30 p.m.
Well, look at them. They look as fresh-faced. Where's those kids? Did you anesthetize them?
In bed.
Okay, good. I guess anesthetize is a bad word. That meant like, I don't even know. Okay, they went to bed. That's good. Sorry. I did the same thing. I woke up for
Tom Chenault's babysittingservice.com, folks. Sponsor of the show.
Martine Wallace. I actually called her right on her birthday, right as she was hopping in a sack with Nathan the other night too, which was pretty funny. So she had to get back up and put her face back on and talk to me because I just thought about her and hit send because I wish her a happy birthday. And it was right at the perfect moment. It was her fault for answering the phone, but how's it going, Contact Mapper? Tell us a story.
These setups just get better and better.
Oh, Johanna. Al Balla's wife's on here. Keep going.
Oh, that's so cool.
Every week or every time I watch this show, I think, you know, I'm going to troll these guys. So I always put my affiliate link in. I get a sale every week.
That's good. That's perfect.
We're docking your commissions. That is so funny. That's so funny. Well, so I really love what you guys are doing with this content creator because I think you're right. What we're trying to do is generate more conversations. And so often for people, they get stuck on what kind of content can I put out there to generate the conversation in the first place. And so just talk about how what you guys are doing is going to serve somebody in having more and better high quality conversations. And I want to hear from Liz because I'm tired of hearing from Dani.
we think you're the smarter half.
I'm getting sick of him.
Now, here's the thing, like we don't love the copy paste approach, right? And we wanted to create something that, like you said, was enabling conversation. And the great thing about this tool and the great thing about what we've created is, yes, we've got the infographics, the photos, the imagery, all of that stuff. But ultimately, you can kind of pick and choose. So if you're somebody that really struggles to think, oh, do you know what? I know I need to be giving value to my audience. I know I need to be providing entertainment to my audience, but I don't really know where to start. It's kind of almost like done it for you. So you can edit it as you want. Say Black Friday is coming up, for example. Well, everyone knows Black Friday is coming up, but not everybody knows how to create curiosity and engagement around that without going, hey, buy my stuff. Like, so it's showing them the principles and I guess cultivating that and almost like holding their hand through the process to say, this is what you could do. You can copy and paste that if you wish to. That's going to create conversation. Or why not personalize it and make it your own?
That's it.
And as I said earlier, guys, this is something that I feel really passionate about and really proud of because as somebody with this guy, he's like absolute legend at writing stuff. He's like a content producer. And for me, actually, it wasn't as easy. And I, as a female, I really suffered from that fear of judgment. Yeah. And I think from my point of view, I really wanted to create something that had that personal touch, and was able to create vulnerability and able to create authenticity through the posting. So I guess that's kind of what we wanted to create here, and hopefully that's what we achieved.
Fantastic. Do I have to leave?
No.
All right. So go to contentmapping.com and check out what we're doing there. Go to contentcreatorvip.com and check out what those guys are doing over there, because I think those two hang really well together, and it's going to make it easy for you to generate more conversation. So I love that you guys are doing that. Very, very cool stuff.
And it's a win-win world. And I'm telling you one thing right now, the more relationship that you create, whether it's Dani Vanegas or Dani Clarke or Liz Clarke, I promise you one thing right now: be more authentic, be more vulnerable, no cutting and pasting, cut the commercial out of it, get real. And that's all that boils down to, right?
Yeah. Get the conversation. That's ultimately what you're trying to do, is get to a conversation.
Amen. Okay. We're back. Let's just no, you're not leaving. Stay here. You're going to stay for the rest of the show. Okay. We got 5 minutes left. So I want to talk about what about your event, especially. How many people are registered? Somebody posted, you've already got 1,000 people registered.
Oh, that was for our webinar. So the event, max capacity is 400. It's the weekend of March 28th and 29th. We're doing something a little bit different to kind of keep it, unique to other people. So we're having it's a one-day event on the Saturday where the 400 will be. On the Sunday is for those who are looking for a little bit more in-depth, so it's more mastermind focused. So we've got the cheap ticket, then we've got that little bit of a higher investment for people. We've got some incredible speakers. I mean, Tom, you're coming, obviously, incredible. But we've got everybody who's speaking keynote speaker is a 7-figure income earner and above. So it's high caliber. The focus that we're looking to do, how we look to do our events when we run them is we want to make sure that people can go away with a plan. I think the one thing that lacks very much in the industry with the training sometimes is we give people the wow, we give them the what and the why. We don't always give them the how. And so, we've got our systems that we use and teach. And so that's basically the day. And the speakers fit into what is our overall system. We show people how to generate leads. We show them how to recruit. We show them how to keep people, the community and the retention. And then I've rendered that. We show them how to launch and, all those other things. So it just slots in really nicely. So people walk away and they've got action steps. They've done some stuff whilst they're with us. They've met some cool people. We've had some nice food. We've had some fun. We've had a bit of a party. All the things that you need from an event. We've had some loud music. We've got them fired up. Might not be as loud as Fraser's, but
that was loud,
wasn't it?
Yeah, those were like house party videos. You kept seeing all these people. Everybody's like, woo.
That was like one vibrant barn.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Was it cold enough that day though? Was it cold enough at that event?
Oh my God. I'm not going to say what my pepperonis were doing, but
it was unbelievable. I've never been so cold, but he had so much energy in the place. You didn't even notice it until you tried to walk and your feet were frozen. But at the end of the day, it was, I am so excited about where network marketing is headed worldwide. And you guys are on the forefront, all of you. And I acknowledge you for it. And I think it's going to be great. And we just need Michelle Eldridge, who's another big fan of yours. We had unbelievable. It's just incredible, whether it's Ray Higdon, whether it's Richard Brooke, whether it's Eric Worre, whether it's Fraser Brooks, all these people are gathering together to elevate this profession and give people a fighting chance. And you hit the nail on the head. It went through an evolution. And my friend Jason Cardamone's on this show. I'm watching him watch too. And he was a guy that was out there living in the Netherlands. And all of a sudden he's coming back to traditional network marketing too, because that's where the glue is, right, Dani? And you guys are helping create that glue, because it was a phase, but it needs to humanize itself a little bit. And that's what you guys have done.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to do. It's a weird one to say because we're trainers in the industry, but my main goal isn't actually to help somebody to rank advance. That's not my number one goal. That's a vehicle to help people to actually achieve what they really want, which is freedom and happiness. And I think that's something which the industry is needing to pull back. I think it is getting there. I think sometimes there's so much focus on get to the top. and then everything will change.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't. Instead, like helping people to use it as a vehicle to achieve what they truly want. Because when you have happy people, they stay. Happy people talk about it more. Happy people want to invite their friends. They want their families to be a part of it.
Yeah.
The truth is sometimes when it's hard work, when it's grind, when we feel uncomfortable, difficult, and not just because it's building a business, which is hard, but because we're having to do things which sometimes don't align with what is building a sensible grown-up business, I think it then starts to legitimize the industry even more. I think it makes it an even easier thing. And it stops, which is something I don't particularly like, this them versus us approach of we're a network marketer, you're not, you've got a job. I think the more that we can bring people together, the more people get more freedom and happiness overall.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're not talking about scarcity anymore. It is abundance. It's abundance worldwide. And getting out of that conversation called there's only so much in the glass, and it's not. There's plenty of glasses. And stop thinking that if somebody wins, you lose. If somebody wins, you can win too. And that's the most important part. And that's what I love about what you're doing. Are you an introvert or an extrovert, Dani?
I don't know. I changed. I would class myself as an introvert.
I really believe you are, because as I was trying to talk to you, I mean, that's what I'm trying to point out to all of you. Here's Dani. He knows his stuff, and he doesn't seem introverted on this show. But when I was with him in wherever the hell I was in Europe, he was, I mean, you were clearly different. And I want people to realize that even if you are introverted and you know your material, you can be that extrovert. And I love you. And it shows to me that people can do this. Anybody can do this. And I just want to thank both of you for coming on. You know, with your three beautiful children. I'm sorry that they're sleeping, or I'm happy that they're sleeping, whatever I am about that. With your three beautiful children, I have no idea what I just said, but here's the deal. Thank you for coming on, being you. We appreciate it. You're welcome back anytime. Next week, do we know who's next week?
We don't know.
Okay, so Marianne hasn't given me the guest list. I will see you before you know it. I love all of you. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you all before you know it. Thanks next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Christina.
And we're done.
Molly.
All right,
McCauley.
good. Oh, Christina McCauley. Yeah, she's on.
Cool.
That'll be cool.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Yanni, how are you? Scott, I just saw Rick Redford. I haven't seen that name in a long time. I need to talk to you anyway. You guys.
It's all fun.
Yeah, this show is so fun, and it's so fun having you guys on it.
Thank you, guys.
And the Invisible Woman. I can't believe it. We always have Dani, and now we got you and Liz. I'm telling you. You got some serious
Do
content.
you want to bring Dani back on?
What? Where is
Other
it?
Dani? No, the other Dani.
Yeah, Dani Vanegas.
Is she still here?
Dani Vanegas.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what she's
The
doing.
after party.
Yeah, this is the after. What time do we have the call? 10 minutes? Dani Vanegas is on here too now. This is pretty cool, little Dani. How are you, kid?
Doing good. Enjoying all the value, all of it.
Well, Mexico to Europe to Longmont, Colorado to Las Vegas, Nevada. All of you, if you're not registered for GoPro, you're crazy. And if you're not at least watching the stream from GoPro, I mean, it was unbelievable. I spoke and hurtful. All my friends, I can't watch you live with Fraser Brooks time. It'll be the middle of the night. All those people from, you know, that's what you have to do in this business is get after it, man. This is a 24-hour-a-day opportunity, not business, not job, a 24-hour-a-day opportunity. And you guys take that like I am telling you, there is unbelievable people out there trying to train you if you'll just take the time. I mean, I would watch you guys any time of the day, anywhere. It's that simple.
Right. That sounds like a challenge.
That's awesome.
And look at how great everybody looks. All right, you guys. I love you. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks so much. Great to have you on, Dani Vanegas, as well. You were just great.
What is it called? CalorieCounterVIP.com, or what's it called? What was it? Some content creator VIP.com. That was the people that took the humor. What are you trying to? You should go grab Calorie Counter VIP. That's a pretty good website. And DaniVanegas.com. You guys, we love you. Contactmapping.com. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you later. Registered for GoPro, at least the stream. I'll see you later. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.